So next up, we're going to do a little bit of an easier book. We're going to do our Demolition of Structures book. Our Demolition of Structures book only has one lot of tabs. So we're just doing some side tabs. So we'll knock this one over really quickly. We've only got one page, so very simple. So with this particular one, we're going to start at the back and work our way forward, and we're going to start with the Chimneys tab. The Chimneys tab is the first tab we're going to do. We've only got to do tabs up the side with this particular book. And that Chimneys section where we're going to start is going to be on page 45. So on page 45 is where I'll be putting in my Chimneys tab. So I'm just going to start down the bottom, work my way up through these tabs, nice and simple. And we'll knock this one over in 5 minutes. So page 45 is Chimneys. So we're just going to work our way forward now and work our tabs up. So after Chimneys, we've got Masonry Walls. So Masonry Walls tab, we're going to be putting that in on page 37. So page 37, Masonry Walls, and I'm just going to start working my tabs up. Masonry Walls, page 37. Page 37 for Masonry Walls. So a lot of these will have just one tab on each page. So after Masonry Walls, we've got Qualifications tab. So the Qualifications tab we're going to be putting on page 31. So page 31, we're putting our Qualifications tab on page 31 for Qualifications to do with demolition. So Qualifications for demolition on page 31. After 31, we've got our daily checks. Now, daily checks is going in on page 27. So page 27 is where we're going to go with our daily checks. So daily checks on page 27. Daily checks, page 27. After our daily checks on page 27, we've got our Induced Collapse Method tab, and our Induced Collapse Method is going in on page 25. So we've got over here Induced Collapse Method. So page 25 is where we're going to be putting in our Induced Collapse Method tab. So Induced Collapse Method sitting there on page 25. So after Induced Collapse Method, we go to page 23. And on page 23, we're putting in Manual Demo. The tab Manual Demo is going in on page 23. So page 23 for Manual Demo. After our Manual Demo, we're going to be talking about Work Plans. So Work Plans is going in on page 19. So page 19, we're putting our tab Work Plan on page 19. So Work Plan, page 19. After our Work Plan, we've got Investigation of Structure, which is going in on page 17. Page 17 is Investigation of Structure tab. Just working our way through with these tabs. Investigation of Structure, page 17. After our Investigation of Structure, we're going to page 15. Page 15, we're putting in Protection of Services tab. the Protections of Services tab on page 15. Okay, beautiful. After our Protection of Services tab on page 15, we're going to page 11, and we're putting two tabs on page 11. We're putting in warning notices and hoardings. Warning notices and hoardings on page 11 in our demo book. So warning notices and hoardings, both on page 11. Warning notices and hoardings on page 11. And then the last tab we need to put in this book is on page 7, which is our definitions tab. The definitions tab on page 7. It's the only other tab we need. And that finishes our demolition, Australian Standard demolition, which is great. Great to knock that one over.